Hey everybody, guess what I'm doing today? Casting practice number 3! I'm so excited to do this for you guys. I know it's been quite a while since I've released one of these, but I've been traveling a lot and working and playing, and I'm actually trying to get a lot better at my game knowledge. What I see when I'm scouting, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better actually at playing as well. I'm quicker, I have better control, and I have better understanding of the game and all races. And that's the main thing I just need to get better at. Unless I just want to be like a Silver League, Gold League play-by-play caster forever, and that's not something I want to do. I want to be versatile and be able to do both, you know? Some other things I want to try to work on in this edition is, of course, always my speech. Less ums, less likes, and I just said right before I said that, but we'll let that slide, okay? Less play-by-play and more analytical. I want to see if I can do it, so let's try it. And I want to, one thing I got constructive feedback from the community was that I sounded like I was reading the stats and the information about the players from Wikipedia while I was casting, and I wasn't doing that, and the fact that I was sounding like it was rehearsed was not a good thing. Something my roommate says is that I sound too much like I'm mocking a caster and less like I'm actually casting, like I'm like, and Stefano is going to get his third command, or something like that, you know, command center. Stefano's gonna get his third hatch, and blah blah blah, you know, like actually doing the enunciation the way they do, and kind of just being goofy about it. And so I'm gonna try to do less of that and be more natural. And something I'm really excited about in this one is I'm gonna be practicing Protoss strategy talking, and I haven't and I haven't done a replay yet with a Protoss player in it. Which is going to be difficult because that's the race I know the least about. But I'm excited to do that. So those are the few things that I wrote down, and hopefully I just get a little bit better than I did last time, because little improvements are what matter, alongside getting better at playing, because that's going to be the big thing. If I'm Diamond, all I have to overcome is my speech and, like, getting things articulated the way they need to be articulated, you know? So after that shouldn't be too hard, and if I have to, I'll take speech classes or something. But sorry this has been a little bit longer than I know you guys don't really like the intro. But enjoy and wish me luck. I love you guys. Let's see how it goes. Alright, let's jump right into the game, guys. In the top right hand corner is the blue Terran player, Fnatic's Nama. And in the bottom left-hand corner is the red Protoss player, ESC's Daisy. Now before you guys freak out on me, the timer above the minimap is not there because I had to load an older version of StarCraft in order to load this replay. So I apologize for that, and I'll try to keep you guys updated on the timing as we go along. Now, I do know a lot about Nama, not so much about Daisy, but I know that Nama loves his PvP. He's very good at it. He likes to be very aggressive, often doing a marine tank push, very standard plays, and then sometimes he also likes to go a little weird and do some cheese. What I've seen of Daisy in the Team Liquid Star League qualifier is that he's not too cheesy, very solid Korean player, very good at the game. Nama here pairing his drones like a pro. And this map is Daybreak, a small 2-player map that actually one of my favorite maps. Things like Tall Dream Altar just bother me. It's way too big, too many trees, very foresty. Barracks is going down and Gateway is going down. Very standard opener. Daisy's going across the map with his scout. I'm excited to see if he's gonna actually get in there before... Oh, doesn't look like it. And that wall-off has been started by Nama. Now this is kind of scary for Daisy because Daisy is not going to be able to initially scout what's going on with Nama, and Nama is a very strong TVP player, so it's going to be a little scary. Let's see how Daisy reacts to not being able to scout initially. See if Daisy gets his second gas. It looks like he's going for 1 gas, and he's saving up his Chrono Boost, which is pretty interesting. First Gateway is done, and Cybernetics is going down immediately after. A little bit of hacking going on, but it's not going to do anything. I apologize for my sniffing. I am a little bit sick today, so I'm going to do my best. Hopefully I've improved since my last cast. Looks like Daisy's going around to place some strategically placed pylons so he can do some scouting and harass later in the game. First zealot is being produced and warp gates are being chrono boosted. Warp gate tech, that is. Nama has decided to do that gasless expand, which is probably what Daisy was expecting, but it is still scary. I wonder if Daisy is 100% sure whether or not Nama is building this what looks like quick natural, or if he's actually just kind of feigning it to make Daisy think something that is actually not going on. Cybernetics, working hard on that warp gate tech. Both gases are going down for Nama, which signifies that there's probably going to be some kind of gas-heavy play here. Maybe Banshees, maybe quick tanks. And it's very scary in TVP when the Terran decides to go for some kind of teching up, because any amount of well-microed warp gate units can decimate him in the beginning, and that's not a good thing. But it looks like Nama's going to try it out anyway. Putting that factory down. Not going to go for 2 more barracks to make sure he's safe. He's going to just go straight for that tech. Warp Gates units just running around doing some scouting. And those Marines are taking the Zelnaga watchtower, making sure that everything is going to be okay. And it looks like he's going to split his Marines. I really like Nama's map control overall from what I've seen of him, and I think he's going to replicate this in that game. In this game as well. And I'm not restarting. I'm going to power through. Robotics facility going down. Which would either mean that he wants to get an observer and just really scout the base, or he's going to go Colossi. Colossi is always a good pick against Terran because, of course, you can just obliterate a lot of bio units very quickly, especially if you get extended thermal lance. Oh, and look at that. I can't believe I missed it. A starport going down for that 1-1-1. Let's see what he does beyond that, what he chooses. It's like a little bit of Russian roulette there. Nama being very diligent in trying to find these hidden pylons, which is always something you have to do against Protoss players. Warp gate units just chilling. Yep, and that observer is coming out. 4 gate as well. It looks like Daisy really does want to know what is going on in this base here. But now that he does he know? Let's see. See, he doesn't know that the expand actually went down yet, which is interesting. His scouting is a little below par here. Oh, Cloak is going down and Banshee is being made for Nama. It looks like Nama's going to do a bit of Banshee harass, which is not uncommon here for the 1-1-1, as Banshees are very good early game before detection is really prevalent. Both gas is going down on Daisy's natural. Daisy's stepping it up with the gas. I'm interested to see what he does with this kind of play. The observer checking things out, but Nama has a very nicely placed turret there, so Daisy's observer cannot really follow what's going on with Nama's units. Looks pretty standard to me right now for both players. Chrono boosting probes, of course. Oh, and what do we have here? A forge and a robotics bay. It looks like Colossi are confirmed. Now, what Daisy can do is he can get another forge here, and he can pretty much... Oh, there it is, right there. That will pretty much ensure that he is probably going to stay in his base and turtle a little bit until he gets 2-2 upgrades. At which point he will do a timing push. Raven coming out, maybe some point defense drones, maybe just a little bit of scouting, cloaked units. Oh my god, and 2 more starports go down. This means that he's going to go heavy on the Banshee harass. He is getting tanks though, which is nice. It means that he's probably going to have a very well-rounded composition here with his armies. With his army. Singular, not plural. I really like that he is scouting with this Banshee, but was it good to really reveal the Banshee here by killing this pylon? He could have done this with his scouting Marines. He could have done this any which way. I'm not quite sure about this. Let's see. See, Daisy does know about Nama's starport, but he doesn't know how many starports. So I guess it's not too bad of a decision there. Let's see. 1-1 is going down for the Protoss player, and of course he is getting that Colossi. Stim finally going down, and it is about 11 minutes into the game. At 11 minutes, you would generally see some kind of initiative to expand to a third soon. But that might not be the case, as it seems that Nama is really investing in this Banshee play. Maybe he is hoping to do an all-in. Maybe he is just going to wait a little bit and see how things pan out. I think Daisy... let's see. Oh, 10 workers were killed. I don't know how I missed that. When did I miss that? That's amazing. He must have done it with the Banshees. That is a huge flaw in my analysis, and I apologize. Hopefully none of you were watching this for the actual game for the first time. If so, I very much apologize. More scouting with Nama's Marines. And it looks like they're going to kill off that poor probe. Aww. The Banshees are moving out, going around the corners of the map so that they don't alert anything that Daisy might have placed around. Looks like Nama's going a little bit more well-rounded, building more tanks, building more Marines. Extended Thermal Lance is almost done. Charge is almost done, which is going to be terrible. Extended Thermal Lance plus Charge for the bio units is just going to be awful. I don't know why Daisy is investing so much in the ground prevention when he knows that this is going to be a big issue here. Just poking in just a little bit, realizing that he needs to leave because yes, there is an observer, and yes, he is going to get picked off by those stalkers. And I apologize for the motorcycle outside. That was quite loud. A little bit more Banshee harass. The observer is being very careful. Oh, and he's going in. Oh, but he needs to leave. It's nice that he is saving this almost dead Banshee, though. More Banshees coming into play. And weapons and armor level 2 for the Protoss player, whereas the Terran player only has 1 attack upgrade. Now, let's see what's more important, upgrades or units, because as you can see in the supply tab, Nama is up about 50 supply. Let's see how that pans out for the poor Protoss player. More cloaked Banshee harass, but the observer is there. He's going to kill more workers even. 22 workers killed so far. Amazing. He's really doing a great job just keeping the supply down and really just scaring Daisy into not taking that third. The observer's following the small chunk of Marines, but he's just doing great with his map control. Marines placed everywhere, Hellion scouting, so that he knows what is going on and when, and he can never get close to Nama's secure base. We're about 15 minutes into the replay, just letting you guys know, because I know I do not have a timer, and I apologize. It's a very nice, diverse army of Stalkers, Colossi, charge lots, and just a couple of Immortals there. 57 Harvesters for Nama to 44, and it's no surprise because even though he has Chrono Boost, he has been picking off workers left and right. Nama has. Those Cloaked Banshees, man, he is just putting so much effort into the Cloaked Banshees. And his main base is just almost, it's oversaturated and almost finished. What's the word for that? I apologize, guys. I am as smart as I look. Oh, he's pulling a bunch of workers. I don't know if this is because he's 200 out of 200 supply, or because he's just going for an all-in here. Nama has this really nice composition. He's been doing great so far. He knows his supply is up. He knows he's doing better, but he just doesn't have the upgrades. Nice. Putting down some sensor towers, putting down some turrets, bunkers. He's really committing to this push. He is not going to be getting a third. Daisy did get his third down, which makes him economically ahead, but he's lost so many workers and he has such a low supply. 120 supply to 200 of Nama. And he is really setting up shop here. He is making this base his own, getting ready for a huge attack. Daisy being really bold, going in, trying to pick things off. The extended thermal lance is amazing for this, as he has so many bio units and those SCVs there. Let's see if Nama can really pull this off and just repair things, build things, and just decimate things. Oh my god, Storm is almost done. That is going to be terrible. If Nama does not just come in and destroy this army when he can, he is going to be absolutely crushed by the High Templar's Storm. Oh my god, Banshee's doing great damage on these Colossi. Oh, Storm goes down. Beautiful Storm. Almost killing like half of Nama's bio army. Tank's going into position. Nama's going to go in for another shot, actually splitting his unit this time. Oh my god, so many chargelets. Beautiful Storm again. Oh my god, all of his army except for these amazing Banshees that are also dying off are just decimated. It looks like he might not be able to hold this, as crazy as that sounds. Army supplies evening out even. I guess those upgrades are really important. I mean, no air upgrades for Nama as well. I mean, this is just amazing. Fucking oops. Daisy's Colossus are upgraded 3-3. Everything is upgraded 3-3, and he is just not going to be able to take this down. I mean, as we speak, he's just getting economically ahead. Supply is actually in favor of the Protoss player now. And as he picks off these last few cloaked Banshees and just everything else, it looks like Nama is going to be retreating, but does he have a backup plan here? I mean, he has, like, no army. Daisy's just going to pick off this last little bit of reinforcement, and at that point, Defense Drone is going to work his hardest, but just lose. And there goes the GG from Nama. Now, I really feel like upgrades were the biggest part of this loss here for Nama. I mean, he didn't even bother upgrading after 1-1, and he didn't upgrade his air, attack, or defense. It's just not something I would like to see from a high-level player. Although he did do well at really just capping quickly, doing his specialty build very nicely. I liked the Banshee Harass. I mean, how many workers did he kill? It's amazing, right? Although this 36 workers, of course, is because he brought his workers, so it's, you know, Nama did much better with the worker killing and the worker harass. And I just feel like Daisy was the better player in this series. Well, not series, we only did one. Okay. I'm done talking. I'm tired. I'm sick. Thank you guys for watching. Time to go analyze my replay. Oh my god, guys. I can't believe I missed that 10 worker fucking Banshee harass. Oh, I'm just so stressed out about it. You don't even know. Okay, so I'd like to say first off that overall I think I've improved in some things, but a lot of things I feel like were worse in this replay. Casting practice, not replay. As opposed to last time. One thing I did like that I did, let's start off with the, you know, positives, as few as there will be, is, I did manage to put in some humor when my speech and my articulation had, like, an impediment. I was able to, like, make fun of myself, kind of show some personality, and, kind of just come back from that well. I know a lot of people, when they're casting, they just kind of stutter and just kind of play it off, and I've never really liked that. I feel like it shows poor personality, and it also doesn't really show the humanity in the person. You know, it's kind of cool to see that, oh yeah, you know, these amazing casters, they kind of fail, and, you know, they're still kind of like us, you know. Anyway, however silly that sounds. I still have that cheesy caster voice a little bit. I'll continue to work on that. I'm not really sure. Like, I've watched so much casting that I kind of have that stuck in my head. When I'm going to be talking about StarCraft, I'm going to be doing that enunciation like a caster would do. I just really cannot believe I missed that engagement. That is, like, the worst thing ever. Like, I was watching, you know, over what I was casting, and I just saw that one Banshee coming over, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I see that? I know I was talking about something, like, so stupid. I think I was talking about the double forge. Another thing is, during the engagements, I still really, really, really suck, and I really need to work on that. I can't get excited and talk fast about the game all at once. I can't analyze what I see and then kind of compose that into something intelligent, so I'm just like, oh my god, you know, and that's something I really need to work on. If you wanted to see on my little post-it note, which you can't because my webcam will not focus, the Miss 10 worker harass thing is like with 100 exclamation marks. And yes, I did spend the time writing each one. There was still a lot of silence in the beginning, but I really do feel like I'm getting better at talking about what the player can do, what the player should do, what the player's doing in the past and why he's doing it, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at the analysis overall. Hopefully. I often say things and then don't explain them, and they just make sense in my head, but I don't really make them make sense to the viewer. Like, for instance, I said it's a little bit of Russian roulette, and I didn't explain that by going 1-1-1. How is that Russian roulette? You know, that's actually, you know, good for the Terran player. But what I was thinking is more like, he teched up, he might be getting attacked by gateway units anytime, he could die, or the Protoss player could get screwed up by this 1-1-1 play, which is pretty versatile. I mean, you can choose to just pump out any kind of unit that counters anything. So it's a pretty strong and standard build there, and that's what I meant. And, you know, it would have filled in a lot of the silence gaps if I would have actually talked about that and kind of, you know, tried to actually put that into words. My camera, you know, moving around and actually looking at the different tabs and stuff, it still needs a lot of work. I did try to implement some, like, vision changing and stuff, and talk about that. Talk about what the other player sees in that person's base, and I'm sure I missed a ton of it. It's just this replay was really overwhelming for me. I thought it would be kind of an easy one, kind of a short one, as I am a little bit sick and stuff, but it was actually really hard. And just, again, upping my excitement. I really need to be more excited when I do this, and it's just like, I'm thinking so hard and trying so hard, and it's like, you know, I'm focusing on one certain thing or I'm focusing on another, and the excitement, I feel like, will just come natural, as will the talking about the game. Once I know more about the game and once I feel more comfortable actually talking about the game and articulating what I see. So, yeah, I feel like I am slowly getting better, but it's not as big of an improvement from 2 to 3 as it was from 1 to 2, because 1 was just like, blah, like, oh, I have no hope to be an esports caster or do anything in esports because I'm just such an idiot. But yeah, and of course the slip of fuck is not very good, but of course that professionalism will come from, you know, casting games. And I'm actually thinking about casting a local tournament called Game Clucks. I think it's next weekend, so that would be exciting to actually get some practice that isn't too high profile and isn't too important if I fail, so I won't be as nervous. And I'll be casting with a couple good friends of mine, so it shouldn't be too bad. But wish me luck, you guys, and thanks so much for watching and any feedback you give. I know a lot of you don't approve of this, a lot of you think I can't do it, but I do, and I'm going to keep working on it, so any actual constructive criticism you give back will be helpful, and I will take it into consideration. I have a notepad for it, and I learn from it each time, and I practice, and I'm definitely practicing my play as well to get that just kind of understanding of the game. Like, you know, doing is the best way to learn. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great night or morning. Mwah. Bye, guys.